Hello and welcome to week 7. First of all, I want to apologize for not having a video last week. I don't know what happened. I just escaped my mind, I guess is what I should say. Anyway, so I have one for this week. We're in week 7, so we're halfway through, which is crazy. To me, it just goes by so fast. So let me share my screen. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, so this week we're going to talk about fluid balance, hydration, and thermoregulation, which some of you probably already know a lot about this in your exercises and stuff, and your um, sport that you participate in. But this is just a good, I think, overview and talk about hydration and how you can use different things other than water for hydration, and just thinking about it. This week, you have some readings about exercise and hydration, how to hydrate right, and there's a couple of videos to watch that are pretty good, real short. None of these are really long. Um, and then you have some homework, of course. The first one is a discussion. And I see some of you have already done this, but just to go over it a little bit, if you want to change what you've put in there. Um, Imagine you're an athlete who's been pushing hard in your training consistently, hitting longer distances or higher intensities in your chosen sport. Despite diligently consuming water before, during, and after your workouts, you started to notice some concerning symptoms. Persistent muscle cramps, unusual fatigue that doesn't seem to resolve with rest, and maybe even a slight headache after particularly tough sessions. Consider the critical roles of electrolytes in the body, specifically sodium, potassium, and magnesium. These are all micronutrients, and write a post answering the following questions. How might these symptoms be linked to an imbalance or depletion of these key electrolytes? What are the primary functions of these electrolytes that are directly relevant to exercise performance and recovery? And what specific types would you take in the short term as well as the over the long term to address symptoms? Okay, I'm looking for like a good paragraph on this, or bullet points, but they need to be really well talked about, and then replying to two classmates for the whole 20 points. All right. All right, let's go back here. Assignment 7.2, which a lot of people in the past have liked this assignment, or this hands-on lab. Hopefully you will too. It will take you a little bit to do this, so you need to, put around 30 to 45 minutes to set aside to complete it. But you're going to calculate your own sweat rate, okay? So knowing that your sweat rate is useful because everyone loses fluids at a different rate, which means fluid replacement needs vary. Instead of you guessing, you'll be able to plan smart hydration strategies that improve performance, prevent hydration, and reduce the risk of overhydration. The basic idea of this lab is that you will weigh yourself before and after a moderate intensity workout lasting at least 30 minutes while tracking the amount of fluids you consumed. With these numbers, you will be able to calculate your fluid loss. Okay, so here are your steps that you're supposed to do. Step 1, take your measurement. So you use a bathroom scale. Um, uh, Before weight, wear minimal clothing, and then record your weight. Okay, and then exercise for 30 minutes. All right, record the exact duration of your workout, if it's 32 minutes or 29 minutes, whatever, and then record any fluid that you consume. So if you consumed 8 ounces of Gatorade, you need to write that down. Okay, however much, and then weigh yourself again. Use the bathroom scale again. Towel off your sweat, but make sure you don't shower, and then record your weight. Okay, that's the part, first step. Step 2 is where you're going to calculate your sweat rate. Okay, with the numbers you recorded, calculate your sweat rate using the following formula. Okay, so it's going to be sweat rate equals exercise duration in hours minus, so it's going to be your pre-exercise weight in kilograms minus post-exercise weight in kilograms plus your fluid consumed. Okay. Then in words, you're going to put my sweat rate in liters per hour is equal to the duration of your exercise in hours multiplied by the number of kilos you lost plus the amount of fluids you consumed in liters. Okay, that's what it is. The formula in this words, I should say. All right, so it's going to tell you exactly how you're going to figure this out. This is the example. This is an example of how Sandy exercised for 45 minutes. weighed 70 kilograms pre-exercise, and then this is what her formula was. Okay? If you have any problems with that, just let me know. Um, and then you're going to talk about, you're going to follow up with two paragraphs. One about what did you learn from taking measurements and calculating your sweat rate? Did anything surprise you? And then number two, what are the potential sources of error and limitations when using a basic sweat calculation method, and how might these be mitigated? Okay, so just tell me what you think could be. Maybe it isn't anything. Okay, maybe you think it's pretty precise, but probably you might find something that you think might be incorrect. Okay, all right. That's just the lab. Don't have to do anything, submit those two paragraphs. And then we have 7.3, which is hydration strategies. This kind of goes together with it a little bit. But this one, you're going to imagine that you're a trainer and one of your clients, Corey, is a male marathon runner athlete who will be exercising outdoors for 60 minutes on a hot and humid day. He weighs 70 kilograms, which is 154 pounds, has a sweat rate of 1.0 liters per hour. So your task on this one is you're going to create a two-page hydration plan for Corey. Your plan should address all the items listed below, and it should be written in a clear professional manner, okay? Or style. Number one is be preventing risk. What strategies would help Corey? How can he prevent both hydration and overhydration? Excuse me. Hydration strategy. What should he do before exercise, during exercise, and after exercise? And explain why you think those things are important. And then use of evidence. Use anything that you've learned about hydration in this week's readings. I want you to make sure that you put those on there. And again, if you use AI, I know I sound like a broken record. It's an old, that just shows how old I am, but I know I keep saying this over and over again. If you're using AI, you need to make sure that you're letting me know that you're using AI. Points will be taken off. And uh, some classes I know, some professors I know they give zeros. I don't feel that I should give a zero, but I will be taking points off. And it might be more points than just 5 points like I have been doing. Okay. Just all you gotta do is just say you used it. Okay. And then of course just make your put your thing in a 2-page, needs to be 2 pages. All right, in an assignment or a Word document, and then submit it. All right. Any questions on anything, please, please, please let me know. I do have office hours this week from 3 to 4. I will say that those office hours may change um, next week because I will be teaching another class at that time. So I think I'm going to change a time. I'll put out an announcement for that. And also you have a quiz this week, checking quiz. Remember, you can take those quizzes twice. I highly recommend doing that so that you get the best score that you can get. Okay. All right. That is it for this week. Again, I'm available to answer any questions that you may have or meet by Zoom. If you can't meet my office hours, please let me know because that's what I'm supposed to do is help you out. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.